Have you done a business degree or anything, have you?
Commerce.
You did commerce. Where did you do that? What did you do with that?
At school, I'd learned how to fill out a cheque, pay a bill, and I think I had a trip round Kellogg's.
Did you get an O-level or GCSE?
We know he didn't.
You know. I didn't.
But was there a commerce exam, or was it just a division of
Can't
maths?
remember.
What did he fill out a
Was it
check?
a subset of
It
maths?
was an option. It was like, if you want to do it, you can.
What was it? Fill out a check.
Pay a bill.
Pay a bill.
Have a visit round
And round
Kellogg's.
Kellogg's, and I saw my sister's boyfriend there at the time. He sorted me out with some variety packs.
Really? What was in them?
You know, Rice Krispies and
Good stuff.
Cocoa Pops?
Space Dust or whatever it is.
Space Nuts.
So, sorry, that wasn't Ken Dodd, though. That was someone else, wasn't it? That was an aunt.
That wasn't Special K. Oh dear.
What about this then? Home Secretary David Blunkett admits that muggers rule some streets.
Weird this, because when I was out with you...
I don't believe it's going to be weird, whatever you say,
No,
Carl. Go on.
when we were in that pub that night and we got talking about muggers and that, the tip is, what I tend to do, because I nearly got mugged once. Act
You
mental.
what? You nearly got mugged once.
I nearly got mugged.
Yeah.
But I tried this technique of acting a bit mental.
Right, and how did you act mental?
Well, this guy wanted me trainers. And I was in Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester. It was quite late one night.
Mm-hmm.
And he come up, he said, I want them trainers. I said, you want them? I said, I worked hard for these. He said, how dare you come to me asking? And I got a bit livid. And he looked at me like, oh my God, he's got a right one here. And he left me.
Were you acting mental, or were you just mental?
No, I put it on a bit.
Were you not petrified then?
Well, you don't think about it, do you, when you're sort of in the eyes of danger?
Well, not you. Clearly, you're a brave man. So, what did you say?
I just went a bit mad. I just kind of, because he said he wanted the trainers and they were dear ones at the time, and I just, no, you're not having these. I said, I've crafted you. I said, I wanted these trainers.
Yeah.
And went on to tell him how I work at printers and I don't enjoy it, and I put in all these hours and that, and I have to cycle home for about 5 miles. And
Did he give you his trainers?
Yeah.
Did he have a knife?
I
or
just
anything?
left. No, it didn't get that violent.
Well, that's very brave of you, Carl.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
good advice, though. Just act mental.
See, what's actually tried it the other night.
Oh, Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Well, she says, I've worked hard for these diamonds. Yeah. It's not easy being the daughter of Judy Garland. You don't know what it's like.
Finally, apparently there was a crook that got a security job at Heathrow. Right, he was a crook and he got a job at Heathrow.
Crook.
As robbers steal another £2 million. Apparently security down there is lax.
Yeah.
Is that a concern for you?
Is this another
Yeah.
2 million?
Yeah.
Why is all this money at the airport?
It's those sandwich shops. You know how they're really expensive, the sandwiches when you're in a plane. They're like £2.50 for tuna, which is ludicrous.
Yeah.
That's basically the reason.
What do you mean, why is all this money at airports?
Well, what is it doing there? Why? Is
Have a
it
go,
just-
have a go. No, have a go answering this yourself. Why is anything at an airport?
It's going somewhere.
Or coming in from somewhere?
Yeah, but money you can sort it out through the bank, like phone banks and that.
Have you done commerce? You know a lot about paying bills and writing out checks. Yeah.
Tell us about Kellogg's.
What was it like? What was in the factory? Was it just like squashing bits of corn? And
Pretty boring, really. Just loads of conveyor belts,
Yeah.
boxes of cornflakes everywhere. Just what you imagine.
yeah.
I
So
don't
is
know
it
what
more,
we're meant to
this is
learn
where
from
you
it.
might be working? This is where you're likely to work if you
Possibly.
leave
There was
school.
2 trips. There was that and a trip to Manchester Evening News.
Okay.
And I left that early because I had a job in Cordon Bleu.
In Kellogg's.
Cordon Bleu, what's that?
It's like a supermarket.
Yeah?
And I had to leave the trip early, and the teacher went mad saying they thought I'd got lost on the, in the building and stuff.
What, you
It
didn't
caused
tell
a right
anyone?
uproar. No, because it was like day 2 of working in this supermarket, and I couldn't be late. I thought by the time I explain where I've got to go and everything, I'll be even later.
Sure.
So I just left, and then apparently they were searching the building and everything for me.
How
And I
old
might have
were
been
you?
stuck in a printer. Don't know.
Stuck in a printer!
I don't know.
What was the printer's name?
You worked at a supermarket called Cordon Bleu.
Yeah,
Cordon Bleu!
Brilliant.
That's great, isn't it?
it's rubbish.
Oh.
Got sacked.
You've had some
What did you
amazing-
get sacked for?
Messing about in a back in the car park round the back.
Yeah.
Right, there was a grid, and all the concrete had gone funny. So when it rained, you got like a big lake,
Oh, yeah.
right? And I got in. Do you know those big metal trolleys you get to like put all the food in whilst?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I got in one of them and pushed myself out into this lake.
Of cement.
No,
Of
it
water.
was full
Oh, it
of
was
water
water,
'cause it'd been
right, right,
raining.
right.
And I got stuck in the middle, right? And the boss was like, where's Karl? He's meant to be doing, facing up the beans. And I was like,
And you were
so-
stranded in a lake.
So someone said, I saw him messing about out the back. He came out and saw me stuck in the middle of this lake in a trolley. And he said, get back in. I said,
We just say, no, I'm filming sharks.
I said, it's too deep. I can't get out. You'll have to pass me something. And he said, I'm not passing you nothing. He said, you can get out of there and walk through it. I said, I'm not. I've got my trainers on. Probably the same ones.
Yeah, you've risked
actually.
your life for them.
Yeah. I said, I'm not getting these wet. I said, he said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to wait for the water to go down the grid. He said, the grid's blocked. Now get out or you're sacked. I said, well, I'm not getting out. He said, right, you're sacked.
So you were sacked. How long did you have to wait for the water to go down the
In
grid?
the end, I did get bored, and I sort of did a bit of a leap and a jump and got 1 foot wet.
How long were you waiting?
Maybe about half an hour.
Just think of it. Just think. I mean, how did he get himself into that situation?
Yeah, it's best just to leave it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what Karl was a little bit worried. There's no way I was going to mention that or influence anything, and I totally agree with the law, so don't panic, Karl.
That should have never been sent to you.
Why?
Because it's like, accidents happen.
Go on then.
When things like that happen, right, you've been told not to mention it,
Yeah,
and you're like a little kid.
yeah,
And once things are in your head,
yeah,
it's difficult not to mention it. I mean, when I was a kid,
yeah.
Go on.
right,
Yeah.
my mum's sister Hazel
Right.
was seeing another bloke. It's weird because she's a lesbian now. That's really weird.
That must have been an interesting Christmas.
But anyway, she was seeing this bloke, and he looked like Ken Dodd, apparently.
He looked like Ken Dodd.
Looked like Ken Dodd. So people said, don't mention it because it gets on his nerves when you like meet him and you go, oh god, you look like Ken Dodd. So I said, all right, his name's Will or whatever. And I was introduced to him. First thing I said, nice to meet you, Ken.
Did you do it as a joke, or did you?
No, because
Just
when you know that he's like, I'm not allowed to say that. I can't
Yeah.
say that. Mustn't say that. Can't. And then
Yeah.
I saw him. I thought, Jesus, does look like him. So it just came out.
Was it Doddy who turned her into a lesbo, do you think?
Well, he wasn't a good-looking bloke, so
No.
possibly.
She started going out with Esther Ransom though, which is weird. Out of the frying pan.
What was the story with the
fire.
lesbianism then? How did she announce that to everyone? What age was she when she realised?
Well, I mean, we're not a close family. Do you know what I mean? We're not
No.
a sort of family who keeps in touch with everyone. And I think my mum called her up one Christmas and sort of said, how's
the Diddy
Will?
men?
How's Will?
Yeah, that's
And,
nutty ash.
And
Yeah.
she said, oh no, I'm not. I don't do that anymore. I'm knocking about with Sandra or whatever.
Right.
And it was like, oh right.
Not big butch Sandra with the big earrings and the skinhead. Used to live down the road from you.
I don't know.
Used
I
to
haven't
get
met her.
Doc Martens wholesale. That's Sandra.
But she had a haunted house.
Go on.
Who, Sandra?
No, Hazel
Right. Is this before she was a lesbian or not?
before.
Okay.
And there was a bike in the hall, and the pedals used to go backwards.
There was a
on
what
their
in the
own.
hall?
That's handy, isn't it? Oh, that's great. Don't worry, we won't do anything.
So, sorry, no, there was. I want to know about the haunted house. There was a bike in the hall, and what
There was a
happened?
bike in the hall, and the pedals used to go backwards on their own. And also, shoes used to stick to the wall or something.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoes used to stick to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a
That's a haunted
hell
house.
of a household. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
dear.
Brilliant.
Maybe she should clean the walls. In the week, I called Karl up. I said, how are you, mate? He went, not too bad. Now, as you know, his girlfriend's been away for ages, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Covering the World Cup, the African
nations.
Nations Cup. She's a sports journalist.
Well, yeah.
All right. Okay.
I love the fact you're thinking, what does that mean? Like, well, she's not much of a journalist, Rick, to be honest.
Oh.
I've read some of her stuff.
No, but she's not on air. She does stuff,
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
A lot of journalists do. You always want to make clear that you're not going out with Kate Adie. That's what you want to make clear, isn't it? Yeah. Now, so she'd seen none of the meteoric rise of Karl as a
Right, 'cause
broadcaster,
she's been away for the whole time
a
since you've sort
raconteur,
of become...
Yeah.
a wit,
Yeah.
a cult figure, to be honest. And he hadn't told her this. So apparently he went home and she was sitting there looking a bit grumpy. He went, all right. She went, yeah. She went, should we go out then? She went, I'm not sure I want to go out with an idiot. Right?
Oh, no!
Yeah, and she went, Loch Ness Monster. Why don't you just think? Of course the Loch Ness Monster lives in Loch Ness. And she was giving a bit of a hard time. And she went, that's why he said, that's why I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her really. Same thing happened when I was at school and I had to play drums in Little Donkey. I didn't tell my parents, right? But my dad turned up anyway. And what happened?
He
How old were you, Carl?
well, it was the school that I used to go to.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
secondary-
yeah. You went, well, you
secondary.
used to go to the school you used to go to.
No, but what I mean
Go
is,
on.
I didn't go to secondary, did I? So I missed a lot of that.
Sure.
But primary, I liked.
Oh,
it was
okay.
all colouring in and stuff.
Yep.
And it was a Christmas play, and I managed to get a part in it. And
Did you audition?
got a part in it, and I should have been playing the drums to the one about Kings.
We Three Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was meant to be doing that, but Little Donkey came on, and it was one of those.
What do you mean came on?
That was like next up on the next song,
Right.
and it's one of them songs that you can't help sort of.
Tapping along to.
Yeah. Do you know, like if I was to go
Yeah, you'd have to finish it with.
yeah. Do you know that they actually send that into space?
Do they?
And
What, hoping that aliens will respond with that?
yeah, they do that because apparently it is one of them things that you can't help.
What, even if you're an alien life form?
Yeah.
They know that, do they?
Yeah. But anyway.
What, because they watch Star Trek or something?
Hello. Knock, knock.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Is it true, like, if you
who's
send
there?
out knock knock into space, yeah, they have to say that.
Oggy, oggy, oggy.
Yeah.
Ah,
You
that
always do
is
this,
that
but
is
you look
great.
into it. Seriously.
Oh, hold on, what's something out there? What's a little green fella? That is great.
Yeah. So anyway,
That is
Little Donkey is like one of them tunes that you can't. And I was there, and I had the drumstick, and I thought, oh god,
The drumstick.
I could feel myself. And anyway,
Just wanting to do it, yeah.
I started going along and playing Little Donkey, which I wasn't meant to do, but it went down such a storm.
What, were there people like parents and that dozing off, and then suddenly they heard your version of Little Donkey, they thought, wait a minute, now it's really picking up.
What do you mean?
I'm glad we paid £1.50 for this.
What do you mean it went down such a storm? They're going, hold on, was it like when
People have
Ringo...
lighters in the air.
It was like when Ringo joined the Beatles, now
Yeah.
going, boo, Pete Best, but he went...
Yeah,
And they went, whoa! Oh,
No,
God.
but the teacher just said, oh, it went down really well, you can do that again tonight,
Right.
when you're in it again. But anyway, so my dad was there, and...
And you hadn't told him about this performance, so
No,
he
I never
just
did.
turned up
I
off
never
his own
did.
back.
I never took the letters home and stuff to
No.
show my mum and dad because it just put me off. So anyway, he turned up. Don't know why. He must have heard from someone else's dad.
Yeah.
He turned up and he swore about me, which
Did he?
I don't.
Could you
What?
use
Do you think
a word
it's allowed
that's...
to be said? The word,
What? Of course it is.
right? If you got a kid in the car or anything, you can turn it down now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? But he said, there was a guy stood next to him with a camera, big video camera filming it, and he said, yeah, film it, but try and avoid getting the twat in the hat in the shot, because I had one of those porters, you know, the little round pork pie hats on.
Right.
This is so
What?
sad.
What, was this a nativity play?
It was about Jesus and stuff.
Yeah, well, there was a porter there helping him with his
Of course
bags.
there was, I forgot.
I
yeah.
mean, Mary and
What,
Joseph,
managing the
they got
stable?
there. Yeah, because
Sure.
it was the hope, you know, because the inn was full.
Yes.
But I think the porter doubled up with the inn and the stable.
Right, that was nice.
So
of
he,
him.
yeah,
He
yeah,
carry bags over, yeah.
yeah, no, so yeah.
You're right though. I don't know why I was wearing one of them, but I was. And
And your father said that, and how did you know your father said that? Did
he
you
told
hear
me
it?
about it later.
Oh, he told you about it later.
Yeah, I was talking about stuff I'd done at school, and he said, "Oh God, remember that?" And I spoke to him the other day about it,
Right.
and yeah,
Oh, God.
shame.
So that was the end of your sort of drumming career, really? Because it could have been. I mean, you know, the audience loved it the night before.
Yeah.
You could have like been, who knows, a whole new world for you.
Yeah,
Have
that
you
is.
done any stuff?
I've never drummed. I wish I had. Man. I wish I
But
had.
that is
That's a movie story, but
is that, and that's why you don't, and you don't tell, you still, your mum and dad don't know you on the radio, do
they
they?
think when they were down the other weekend, they had to come in here. I just said, "Oh, I'll just go in and press the buttons."
Because they could listen on Sky Digital, couldn't they?
They could do.
But you wouldn't want that, would you?
I don't want that.
No. Play a
Carl-
record, and I want to talk to you again a little bit about this later.